Good day, cadets. I am Deck Cadet Julian KZF Sunico of BSMT 219. I am a student of University of Cebu taking up a Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation. On behalf of my group mates, we are currently conducting a study entitled Risk Reduction Management Practices of Deck Cadets on Board Domestic Vessels. In line with this, I am inviting you to be our respondents in this investigation and request you to spare a few minutes of your time to answer this questionnaire honestly. However, you do not have to decide today whether or not to participate in the research. Before you decide, you can talk to anyone you are comfortable with about the research. If there are any contents in the questionnaire that you didn't understand or found doubtful, then feel free to contact the researchers. All answers will be treated with utmost confidentiality.
Information sheet. The researchers are a student at the University of Cebu taking up the Bachelor of Science Maritime Transportation. They are currently conducting entitled Risk Reduction Management Practices of Decades on Board Domestic Vessels. Uh, in this line, with this, we are inviting the select few seafarers to be respondent to this investigation and request the respondent to spare a few minutes of of their time to answer this questionnaire honestly. However, the respondent do not have to decide today whether or not they will participate in the researchers or research. Before the respondent decide, they can talk to anyone they feel comfortable with about research. If they are understand and find ambiguous, then feel free to contact the research. Rest assured, at all time answer will be treated with the utmost confidently.
Purpose of the research. This study aims to know the level of strategic management practices of the Filipino maritime cadets on board on local vessels. This investigation aims to assess the risk reduction management practices of the cadets that are on board locally. Also, to give reference for the researchers who would plan to make any related study, and this will give them the chance to dig deeper and gain more insight on the kind of life that is experienced by seafarers, more insight on the pandemic. Lastly, the concept of this study will also serve as their guidance to be more open-minded and enhance their perception regarding this matter. Type of research and intervention. The research will utilize the quantitative correlational type of research method.
Participant selection. We are inviting seafarers who are living in Cebu City, Cebu that are on board locally and have a length of sea service for at least 6 months to participate in our study. Voluntary participation. The respondents' participation in this research is entirely voluntary. It is their choice whether to participate or not. Whether the respondents choose to participate or not does not affect their confidentiality. The respondents may change their minds later and stop participating even if they agreed earlier, and this will not be taken against them later on. Procedures and protocol. In this investigation, the respondents will be asked to answer a questionnaire that will be distributed through Google Forms during their free time. It will be collected after 1 day. The questionnaire can be read aloud and they can answer those items that the respondents intend to answer.
The respondents do not wish to answer some of the questions included in the questionnaire. The respondents may skip them and move on the next question. The information recorded is confidential, and no one else except Ms. Marisa Tyrus, my research advisor, will have access to her or his questionnaire. The questionnaires will be destroyed after 10 months. To ensure that the respondents will be able to have full grasp of the purpose of the study, the proponent will first explain the objective of the study and the intended benefits of the participants themselves. Duration. The research takes place for 10 months. During that time, the respondents will be asked by the researchers to answer the questionnaire during their convenient time and may submit it within 1 day. If the respondents would answer the questionnaires immediately, then it will take around 5 to 20 minutes to finish. Their, their engagement as the respondent will take once.
Risk. The researcher will be asking the respondents to share or divulge their personal information which they may feel uncomfortable answering. Some questions might affect their exhibition of those values and the respondents may feel uncomfortable talking to other topics. They must know that they are the ones who will decide whether to give answers to all questions or they may escape on some questions. The respondents do not have to give reasons for not responding to any question or for refusing to take part in the survey. Benefits. There will be no immediate and direct benefits to the respondents, but with research being the expansion of knowledge in various disciplines, their participation will be honored in high regard for this will benefit the entire maritime society. Keep in mind that without their willingness to participate in this study, the state of future seafarers could potentially be in harm's way.
Reimbursements. The respondents will not be provided with any payment for taking part in the research. Confidentiality. Because something out of the ordinary is being done through research and educational institution that they are connected with, it might draw attention. If the respondents participate, other people in the organization and the society in general may ask questions. The researchers will not be sharing information about the respondents. The information that we collect from this research project will be kept confidential. Information about the respondents and their perceptions that will be collected from this research will be put away in the one, but the researcher will be able to see it. Any information about the respondents will have a number on instead of their name. Only the researcher will know the respondent's number, contact information, and the researcher will lock up the information with a lock and key. It will not be shared with or given to anyone except their research advisor.
Sharing the results. At the end of the study, the researchers will be sharing what they have learned from the respondents with the community. The researchers will do this by meeting first with the participants and then with the larger community. Nothing that the respondents answered in the questionnaire will be shared with anybody outside the research. A written report will also be given to the participants which they can share with their families. The researchers will also publish this results so that other interested people may learn from this research. Right to refuse or withdraw. The respondents may choose not to participate in this study and do not have to take part in this research if they do not wish to do so. Choosing to participate or not will not affect their seafaring career. They will still benefit from the implementation of the Employee Development Plan. The respondents may stop participating in the survey at any time that they wish without either them losing their rights here. Who to contact? If the respondents have any questions, they can ask the researchers now or later, even if the study has started. If the respondents wish to ask questions, they may contact any of the following. This thesis proposal has been reviewed and approved by my thesis panel of reviewers of the University of Cebu Research Ethics Committee, which is a committee whose task is to make sure that the researchers conducted the study. If you have any question about my panel, please contact the University Research Office.